Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dan again from CryptoCamacho.com, and today, guys, I have a powerhouse cryptocurrency for you that I want you to discover. Check this out, guys. It's called DataBroker Dao. It's a global market for local data. So what exactly is this? I mean, we are getting some really good ICOs coming out in the last month, 2 months, and moving forward, I think we're going to see some really strong ICOs. DataBroker Dao is one of those strong ICOs, I think, because the potential that it has to create a data marketplace that buys and sells sensor data in the blockchain, in the cloud, on the internet is truly fascinating. I mean, blockchain is opening up opportunities like we've never seen before. Okay, so IOTA, if you're familiar with the cryptocurrency IOTA, it is similar in the sense that they are trying to create a data marketplace where machines can actually buy and sell data and interact to sell data between them. Now we have something called DataBroker DAO that's doing something similar. They're not necessarily creating a new protocol like IOTA is with Tangle, but they are creating this global marketplace for local data to be exchanged between companies, between machines, between people in different environments, right? And so DataBroker DAO is trying to take advantage of the Internet of Things, or IoT, environment in which we're going to see an explosion of devices connected to the internet. We're also going to see an explosion of data generated from those devices that are connected to the internet, right? So think about your fridge, your washing machine, your oven, your lights in your house, like smart lights, your sprinkler system, your doorbell, the cameras in your house, your alarm system. All of this stuff generates data, right? And that's just on a personal home level, right? But then you have data that's being generated by big companies, by big enterprises, by industrial equipment, by manufacturing plants, by oil and gas refineries, by windmill farms. I mean, you name it. There are businesses upon businesses that generate huge, massive amounts of data. And many times they do use it, they monetize it, they use it for their own kind of internal reasons or purposes. But now there's going to be a data marketplace that's going to be set up globally to enable any business, any person, any machine to buy and sell or exchange data across an ecosystem based on blockchain and cryptocurrency. So I'm super excited about DataBroker DAO. I think this is a good opportunity. It's very new, brand new, came out. You can go and buy the DTX coins right now. They've sold a total of 28 million coins so far, which is almost $4 million. It's only 26% sold. So there's a lot of time here to buy this ICO. They also have a working app that shows you the types of data that you can get, right? And shows you how the exchange may work. I'll jump into that in a second, but I think this is a solid ICO, and let's just jump into it right now, right? Okay. So DataBroker DAO is the first marketplace to sell and buy sensor data. As a decentralized marketplace for IoT sensor data using blockchain technology, DataBroker DAO enables sensor owners to turn generated data into revenue streams. This will open up a wealth of opportunities for various industries. Data will be used and become more effective. So not only are data owners going to be able to monetize the data that they own by buying it and selling it and exchanging it with others that may utilize this data, but entirely new business models will be opened up, because what's going to happen is data is going to merge. There's going to be data merges all over the place, and new business models will emerge from these data merges that come out of this ecosystem, right? You're going to have data sources being merged together in a variety of different ways to make existing processes more streamlined, more efficient, by creating new processes that do new applications, right? That have new utility, that offer new value. So I think it's super exciting. Let's go down. We'll read the white paper here in a sec, but across a variety of agencies, DataBroker DAO has ranked very high. If you go and look at their Twitter, and you go and look at their Bitcoin accounts and kind of all of their social media accounts, and remember, this is just starting. There's already 5,000 members on Telegram. There are already 2,800 users on Twitter, and in their Bitcoin forum, there's already 55 pages, right? And this only started in August. So this company's been around, but the ICO is really gaining full steam now, right? Okay, so DataBroker DAO in under a minute. This is what it does. Watch this video. Totally recommend it. Today, companies make use of sensor data to optimize and monitor their operations. The result is a single-purpose data landscape. DataBroker DAO drives the evolution towards truly smart living by making this data easily accessible to cities, organizations, entrepreneurs, and at an affordable price, right? So check out that video. Highly recommend it. Here are the token sale details. It ends May 26th, 2018. So you have about a month to participate in this ICO if you want. The start date was April 26th. So the ICO is going to be relatively short, about a month long, which is relatively short, right? Okay, so the challenge, unlocking the potential and monetization of IoT sensor data, right? So I'm going to read through this and then I will stop trying to read most of the info here, but individuals, companies, researchers, and governments are spending hundreds of billions of dollars each year on buying and maintaining IoT sensors. The growth of the investment in applications in the IoT is truly staggering, and yet all data captured by these devices is locked up in silos in their own walled gardens, right? So if you have data in a company on servers, right, that may be servicing that particular company, it's stuck on those servers. There's no way to really extract that data into a larger marketplace or ecosystem to make it available for others to tap into and use, right? Unless the company sets that up as its own kind of business strategy to monetize that data, the data will never be used. It'll just be locked up in a data silo and it actually won't be used. And they could be losing out on a lot of money to actually sell that data to somebody else that may need it, right? But it's very difficult for companies to set up the infrastructure to be able to securely pass that data over to somebody else. There's a lot of regulatory issues around that and, a lot of issues there. But so that's why DataBroker Dao, by putting that data on the blockchain, it'll be fully secure on the blockchain. It will be anonymized or privatized on the blockchain, and only those that you give permission to or explicit consent will be able to access this data in a controlled and regulatory environment based on the ecosystem that blockchain provides, right? So pretty cool stuff there. On its path from sensor to silo, all of this data flows over to gateway operators like telecom companies, networks, and even control panels of the sensor manufacturers themselves, right? These sensor owners usually have a 2-year business case for the data that they generate, and the market already for this type of market is to reach 1.2 trillion by 2019, right? And that is just a staggering number. And if you're familiar with the IoT space at all, you know that Google is getting into it, Microsoft is getting into it, SAP is getting into it, Intel, IBM, GE, Amazon, the list goes on and on and on. Everybody wants to tap into this IoT marketplace. Startups like DataBroker Dao that are using cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, I think, have a leg up on some of these bigger institutions. These bigger institutions move slower. They take a lot more time to innovate, to put teams together, to actually start addressing problems like this where DataBroker Dao can just do it kind of on their own, right? With a startup, they could just immediately tackle the problem that they need to, right? Okay, so the solution, and the main thing I want you to hear right here is a peer-to-peer marketplace for IoT sensor data. Using a smart contract-based marketplace on the Ethereum network, it becomes possible to unlock the value of the data. Via their gateway operator, the sensor owners place the data generated with their sensors up for sale, and buyers can discover and purchase access to the data using the same DTX token. The gateway operator will run their own Ethereum mainnet blockchain node and run the open source DataBroker Dao API, distributed API, on top. Data generated by the sensors of the clients is sent within the same data set to the data API, which check who is purchased access and directly to the location specified by the user that bought it, right? So a little picture here of how that actually happens. They're creating a distributed API, which is very actually interesting, an interesting concept, right? Not only are we going to have a distributed internet, if you will, or distributed decentralized apps on the internet, you're going to have decentralized distributed APIs, right? Pretty interesting concept there that we could dig into in another day, right? Okay, so this really just kind of goes in to the technical aspects, but then you got this beta platform that they've already set up, which I'm going to show you here in just a second, right? So if you want to try the marketplace, click on that little button, you'll get to this right here, right? So you can discover what data you can buy within the area that you reside, right? So if it's temperature data, if it's humidity data, let's discover the sensors, right? It'll pull up the sensors on a map of, any sensor or data nearby that you could potentially tap into. You click on that, and then you see, whoop, hold on a second, I'm zooming in on the map on accident. You click on this, you click on one of these sensors, and then you see how much money, how many coins, DTX coins, it will cost to actually purchase and use that data. You go ahead and simply click on that data, and then you can see how you can get that data, whether it's through JSON or API or however you want to get that data. You can get that through this interface directly on the platform, right? So this, as this gets built out, I can see this being extremely, extremely valuable. I mean, right now it's beta, right? So there's not a lot on here, a lot of data, but I can see how this would go out extremely, extremely far. Anyway, okay, so how can you be sure the sensor data and data quality on the DataBroker marketplace, right? So they're going to ensure this. You can watch this video to check out how. They're going to have a rating system, so forth and so on. All right, so the benefits, all right here. Many industries are going to benefit from this type of ecosystem and marketplace. They already have an alliance with many different companies right here. They're already building out their ecosystem. I want to jump down to the team. A lot of events going on all over Europe, the Middle East. Let's see, they've had a lot of press. I want to go down to the team here. Okay, Matthew Van Niekerk. He's the co-founder and CEO. You can check him out on LinkedIn. If you don't want to do that, I highly recommend it because these people know what they're doing. Let's see. And yeah, that's really about it. They're actually hiring. They have job postings even right now. They're trying to build out their platform and expand it. That's very promising to see as well. If you jump over to the white paper, you're going to see a 39-page white paper on DataBroker Dao, on their vision, on how they plan to execute on that vision. Main takeaway from this is that DataBroker Dao is creating one of the world's first data marketplaces based off of IoT sensor data. They're going to create that marketplace and make it available to anybody on an individual peer-to-peer basis, so anybody can buy and sell data from this marketplace. Anybody can build an app off of this marketplace. Anybody can integrate that data into their own data sets or into their own business environment to make a more powerful app or a more powerful insight of analytics from some of this data. A lot of potential here, guys. I think the writing is on the wall for DataBroker Dao. I don't think I need to preach too much. If you do, if I do, just go check out the market size of IoT. Go look at industrial internet. Look at the market size there. Look at data in general. Look at the companies that have become data companies over time. We're talking about Netflix. We're talking about Amazon. We're talking about Whole Foods. We're talking about companies that traditionally haven't been data companies are now data companies. And many more companies are trying to digitize themselves and become data companies, data-driven companies, digital companies based on data. And data is all around us. It's only going to expand and explode exponentially. One thing that's exciting about this as well is that if you look at the field of genetics and genomics, the amount of data that's being created by genetics and genomics itself will surpass all data that's being created by the industrial internet, by the Internet of Things, and any other data that's in existence today. The genetics and genomics data space is going to explode. It already is going to explode. That data needs to be put somewhere to be housed, to be controlled, to be bought and sold and exchanged in an environment like DataBroker Dao. I think this is an awesome platform for this, and if they don't handle the genetic data, I think others will. But I don't see anywhere for this to go but up. If they can technically pull this off and they have the team and leadership to actually pull this off from a business standpoint, this is going to the moon. This is golden. This is a very good, sound investment, very good, sound platform and idea. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not saying you should go out and run and buy this, but I do think that it is going to have a bullish future. The next 5 years for DataBroker Dao are going to be very promising. And if you get in early right now, you may see the next Amazon, the next Google, the next big company come out of something like this, right? Again, I'm Dan from CryptoCamacho.com. I would check it out. If you want to buy these tokens, go right here to buy TTX right now. And let me know what you think. I'd love to know your thoughts on this ICO, if you think it's a promising buy, and why. Let me know. Thanks, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please click on that little red button below this video, and we'll talk next time. See you tomorrow, guys.